Today I'm going to be marinating some jackfruit because of something I was supposed to do. I was going to do on Friday, but it just got a little delayed. Friday was both National Kabob, it was both World Kabob Day and National Cheer Up Lonely Day. So I decided to combine the two and do something a little special here. But right now I'm going to start off with a marinated jackfruit. Jackfruit, if you're not familiar, is one of the biggest fruits there is. Do not ever get a full fresh jackfruit. Get canned. If you get the full jackfruit, you'll be feeding people for decades. It just goes on. It's huge. It's bigger than a watermelon. So this is 1 can of jackfruit that I'm gonna put in. This is drained. Make sure you look for seeds, but you don't want to shred it. And next we have a tablespoon of sesame oil, moving 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon of cooking aminos. That. A teaspoon of maple syrup. I think this might have actually been the maple syrup, but I screwed up. There's that. That one I just added in. Oh no, that's right. Okay, so I also have a rice wine vinegar in here, and then garlic and ginger. I think I got everything out of the cups there. This is the garlic. I have 2 teaspoons of garlic, or it's a little over a clove, but I'm a garlic fiend. I love garlic. You don't have to put as much in as you don't, you can always do all this to taste. You don't have to do the exact recipe. But anyway, and this is a teaspoon of ginger, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ginger. So there's that. And we're gonna mix that up. Grab a spoon here. I might need to add a little bit. I might need to make more of the marinade because there's not that much here. Because we're going to let this soak and it's not enough to cover anything. So this is about enough for basting, but it's not enough for soaking. But the marinade goes for another, you have to marinate this for a half hour, for 15 minutes to a half hour. You can go up to an hour at most, but it does soften it up some. So don't go overboard. But I will be, I'll probably be doubling, if not tripling, this recipe in order to get more of the liquid. Jackfruit does come, this is young jackfruit in brine. Do not get the stuff in syrup. It adds more sugar than we need. And so Trader Joe's, by the way, just used to sell it. They don't anymore. They just quit. So Asian market is your best bet, which is where I got this stuff from. And another reason why this was delayed. Anyway, I will be back on in probably about a half hour, and I will talk to you later. Oh, forgot the salt. Yeah, just a little pinch of salt. That I probably won't have more of, but we will need it for other things later, because this isn't my only sauce I'm doing today. I got about 3 of them. Anyway, this is is where we get fun. The skewers I bent into smiles for the cheer up lonely part. So these, we're going to start with the jackfruit. Just go easy on this. And we're going to wean that all the way over here. We'll take a zucchini. These I cut pretty thick. This is probably the thing that I use. I chop the zucchini the thickest for. And I got red pepper here. And there's that. And then some pineapple. Then we start over again. So there's jackfruit. And you can put mushrooms on these too. It might be pretty good. Zucchini, pepper. I'm not going to get all the pineapple. There's way too much of it. Although I do have another skewer, but I'm doing other things with it. That's probably going to be the last one because it's not marinating in anything. It doesn't have any kind, well, it does have a sauce, but it'll be later. This is the only one you have to cook. So that's why I'm doing it first. And these are probably vegetables and fruits and stuff that would be fine raw also if you'd rather do it that way. But there's that. I want to get some of the juice off of that, so I'm going to punch off. I think you guys get the hint anyway, but I do want to dry up the zucchini, the pineapple a little. I got some measuring spoons here again. So this is a different set of measuring spoons I'm using here. So when most of you know that I have a condition called homocystinuria. It's a very rare metabolic condition. That causes premature heart attacks, strokes, seizures, a lot of different things. And it's related to PKU. And so, PKU, if you don't know, is phenylalanine ketonuria. It is part of they were the first ones to get the newborn screening, so they're known for the heel prick that you get when you're a baby or you have a child. And so, but anyway, they have a site called Cook for Love, and it's a free site. You can go on there, and anybody can sign up with her for an account and do it, but it is for a low protein diet. Closest is a vegan diet, so but it does go a lot more than that. And so you've got to be careful on, if you do decide to sign up, they have a great amount of recipes, but not everybody should follow a low protein diet. And so, but this I am making. This is Cambrooke's peanut butter. And the recipe I got this from is one of the, it's the last couple of steps in it. And so I thought, oh man, this tastes a lot like Thai peanut sauce. And so I decided to try it. And that's why I'm doing it. So this is a vegan way to make a two ingredient type peanut sauce, and there's two different versions. This is the low protein one, so this is the one, if you have the medical foods, it'll drop about 3 grams, or 3/10 of a gram actually. I know some people have to do this unrounded, but we're taking 2 of those. So this is 2 tablespoons of the peanut butter. This is probably something that most don't even recognize when they make it. But what the recipe is for hummus. It's a cauliflower hummus. And the person who actually created the recipe, and her name is Amber. So we're taking 2 tablespoons of the peanut butter. This is a medical grade peanut butter. There's no nuts in it. So I'm just gonna get all that out. We're gonna mix this with half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Once again, our sesame oil that was in the other sauce, this is in this one too. So this is going to be half a teaspoon of the sesame oil. It's just, this is the whole recipe. So that was 2 tablespoons down to half a teaspoon. That is a pure pure sesame oil. So I'm going to do both versions. This is going to be both the this one is using the peanut butter, and I'll make one using the cookie butter also. This is Trader Joe's cookie butter. That. And out of curiosity, I got the cookie butter mainly because I know I have a ton of more peanut butter than I will ever use. But this is the way to use it. So yeah. Okay, so that one is that one. And now I do the same thing, but this time I'm using Trader Joe's cookie butter. And there's that. So this version's a little bit higher in protein, but not much. If you want, you can also add the dairy or anything to it, but this is a way to get around. So if you can't have the dairy or the nuts or any of that, this is a way to do it, to include you. I forgot I wanted to. Grab another spoon here. Okay. I'm gonna get actually a little bit more of that out. There's that. Just use my hands to get it out. There. There's that. And now we're half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Mix this one up. And there's that one. So the cookie butter one's a little bit smoother and darker. So, but if you want to make it a little bit more like a traditional, you can add dairy, garlic, sesame oil, and the works. But really, to make it taste like the peanut oil, if you can't have it, this is pretty good. It's pretty dang close. Okay. Now, that part's done. Still got a lot to do, so I'm just going to get these on there. Stick our skewer on. And there's that. For about 3-4 minutes on each side. And we are now on our last sauce. This one is going to be a kind of a key lime mint sauce. So we have, this is going to go on a different skewer, so I haven't prepared yet. So we have, in this one we have, so we got the lime zest. So about maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of lime zest. The limes were pretty small, and so I couldn't get a whole lot out of them. So that might be 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is 2 tablespoons of lime juice, and I am using key limes. They are teeny tiny little things. That I have some here. I will show you just how big they are. That's how big they are. Then we have 1.5 teaspoons of maple syrup, and that one is here. Maple syrup. So we're doing 1.5 teaspoons of the syrup. And next we have our teaspoon finely chopped mint. There's that. The water. This is about 2 teaspoons of water. We probably don't need it because it's got plenty of. I mean, there's still. Then I have. Let's see. This was coconut aminos. No, this is not coconut aminos. It is rice wine vinegar. So this is a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. There's that. And then we had oh, here's the coconut aminos. So this is a teaspoon of coconut aminos. We're gonna mix that up. Grab another tablespoon. And this is what's going to go on the other skewer, which is going to be watermelon feta, Violife feta, which is a vegan feta. And then it is the lowest protein I can find. And most people don't even count it. Then the other is cucumber. So let me prepare that skewer. I will be back on to show the rest. So now, just gotta put some skewers together. So back to our Smile Star skewers. Okay, so we got watermelon, and I'm gonna put the cucumber on next. You want to make sure you go really lightly on these because feta and watermelon, the Violife feta and the watermelon are super, super delicate. As was the pineapple that was earlier, and some of it fell off. But, yep, that feta ain't staying. Okay, we'll try that again. Hopefully I can get this, and I don't think so. Nope, that's not wanting to go. Oh well. Looks like I might just be using the watermelon and the cucumber, because the feta is too delicate. It's probably too liquidy, but because it does have a brine that it stays in. Okay, so, but if you want, you can take them off the skewers also. And just kind of do it like a salad. I don't think it's going to stay, but we do what we can. Online in the community, thanks. There's only one person who did it so far, but I have some kind of polls and things in the survey in the community tab of my page on our chef page on my channel. If you guys want to go in and look at those and let me know your thoughts, it helps a lot with these videos. But there was one I asked about what people like to flavor water with, and that one is for an upcoming thing I'm doing. These generally are for something I'm doing that's upcoming. That is it's going to be an electrolyte drink. So that one, they said cucumber was their favorite. I like it too. But it's very cleansing. So we used about half of the cucumber on this one. Okay, that was a little bit too hard with that. I'm not really pushing all that hard. might get one more on there. This is a pretty big one. Okay, that is that. Okay, so now I got a little bit of plating to do, but I probably will end up doing this as a salad. But I'm gonna try some of this on it. I'll try it on a little bit of cucumber here, because this is a really good dressing, but it's really limey, so it could use a little sweetening. So maybe a little less lime juice next time. Well, actually, could have added more maple syrup also. But if I can get one more person at least to help to subscribe, it would be great, because it would put me at 500. So if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and thanks for your time.